I don't think I'd be alone in defining the 80s as the sort of golden era when a whole lot of things came together, and the live scene was massive in Australia especially. I think probably more so in Australia than anywhere else in the world.
That year, 83, we did 226 shows.
I mean, I remember we played at Cabramatta one night. On a Tuesday night, we went on 10 o'clock at night, and there was still 1,800 people in there.
That was what it was like. It was just electric.
It was an environment that sadly will never be repeated.
And we had a youth culture of 20-year-olds whose idea of going out was to go and see a band. So that was just what everybody did.
Thank you.
And then things started to change. And interestingly, when you get these kind of cycles of energy in music, they generally go with a particular drug, which is a strange thing to say. But in the 60s and early 70s, we had the protest movement out of America with marijuana, and then we had acid, and then during the 80s, we had probably cocaine that first came to the fore. And then something came along which was quite different, and it was ecstasy.
Whatever, all this kind of shit.
And ecstasy had a different kind of focus because people just wanted to dance, but they didn't want to go and see the people producing the music. They just wanted to dance and be with each other. So then, by the time we get to the end of the 80s, we get an explosion of dance parties, and we get an explosion of clubs purely dedicated to having a DJ and no bands.
The cost effectiveness of just playing a DJ, then as opposed to playing a full band, made it a lot easier for the venues, but definitely a lot harder for the artists.
To see the demise of an entire industry, there's no simple answer.
You know, we can go back and trace that through to dance parties, but we can also trace it through to a change in legislation, which meant that clubs could put in rooms and rooms full of poker machines. And in fact, it damaged the music scene so much that there's quite a famous song by the Whitlams called Blow Up the Pokies, which is expressly about that whole thing that changed the whole climate.
And then they expanded to 15, and then they expanded to 25. Lockout laws are like just a broad spectrum antibiotic that just kill everything. You know, it kills all the bacteria, it kills all the problems, and it kills all the good stuff that you need as well. It just seems lazy to me, lazy and not well thought through to use this elephant gun to smash all the good businesses along with all the bad businesses.
Lock us out, lock us in, and lock us down. Turn this wild city to a sleepy little town. Misguided ranger pouring heaven from above, but you can't contain the flames of the fire that we love. Don't you fear for us, there is not that thing we need. You've got to stop.
There's no question that Australia is probably one of the most over-regulated nanny states on the planet.
And lockouts are not, they don't seem to me to be a viable answer for what's meant to be an international city. It's like, oh, come on, you know.
And I remember once in the 80s when Jojo Zapp and the Falcons' PA fell forwards into the audience. And just like all these arms and legs wiggling out underneath the PA. And they lifted the boxes and people would go up and say, "That was great, let's rock." But now, they'd all be ringing their lawyers and filling out forms and all be wanting $10 million, and, you know, their children will be deformed, and it'll just go on and on and on forever.
Fuck off. Get out of the place.
Bands these days have two kind of major obstacles to get past. One of them is the fact that no longer can they expect to get an income from the sale of CDs or the sale of their music, and that's all happened because of piracy. And that's kind of a genie that got out of the bottle that'll never get put back in it.
Lots and lots of bands making a living out of music. You can't make a living out of music anymore. Certainly young bands can't.
There were, we talk about the golden era of the 80s, and it was also a golden era for music and television. And of course, iconically in Australia, it was Countdown.
As from this week, Flowers are officially known as Icehouse in Australia. It's very simple, isn't it? We wish the boys the best of luck. In fact, luck won't even come into Flowers. This album is going to be monstrous.
You would almost guarantee that your record was going to go into the top 20.
Without, Countdown, without Rove, without all of these TV shows that actually have live performances, like even the Today Show don't have live performances anymore, and they used to as well.
The interesting thing is that there's far more interest in music than there ever was.
I don't know what the history of the Australian content requirement is. Maybe it still exists, but it doesn't seem like it's enforced. It doesn't seem like it has any teeth.
If you have that radio support, then you sort of, it's real difficult to get people just to be able to hear it.
And if there's any commentary or whatever, it's in very short, sharp bursts, because we know that the younger market has been forced into having a very short attention span.
The greatest obstacle that we have is not that we don't have musicians, not that we don't have people who are interested in music, not that we don't have people who are interested in seeing music, but just that there is nowhere for them to do that.
We're gonna rock out through the lockout. We're gonna stay up till the sunrise. We're gonna keep Sydney open, 'cause the 99% just wanna dance. Yes, the 99% just wanna dance. Time for you to trust, 'cause you got to let us go. Where we go, how we roll. Where we go, yeah, let us go. Where we go, how we roll. Yeah, you got to let us go. Oh yeah, alright. What's bringing us together is gonna save us tonight. Oh yeah, alright. What's bringing us together is gonna save us tonight. Oh yeah.
There's all such incredible music that has come out of Australia. How lucky are us guys to have lived through that.